Net zero is important to our business. We feel we've made a lot of progress, but we have realised that just reducing our emissions is not enough. Climate change is real to us. We work in surface water management, and it would be totally wrong for us to ignore our own impact on climate change. We recognise that all the CO2nstructZero priorities are important, but as a manufacturer, the ones we can have the most impact on are designing, producing and supplying low and eventually zero carbon products, both in production and use, and supplying useful data to our customers so that they can better measure their own construction carbon. We've been collecting scope emissions since 2009, monitoring our carbon emissions. Over the years, we've improved our data collection methodology, identified and plugged gaps in data collection. And for the last 5 years, we've had our operational carbon verified by an independent third party. And we are confident that we have reduced our own operational emissions by around 30% already. We're now in the process of setting our future reductions in accordance with science-based targets. In addition, we take an active role in industry organisations and standards bodies working on circular economy, removing the technical barriers to the use of recyclates and polymer products, etc. And in addition, we design our production processes and products to not only reduce embodied carbon, but also reduce transport and installation carbon. In fact, it's an integral part of the procedures under our business management systems to carry out an environmental assessment on all changes. Upstream, we insist on either ISO 14001 being held by a supplier, or alternatively having an audit. And we take carbon reduction targets into account on supply contracts. And downstream, we're developing environmental product declarations and life cycle analysis, which will be part of our BIM models going forward. Until last year, I would have said that the biggest challenge was to get our own systems changed within the business, the way we work. Some of our systems have been in place for a number of years, and inertia is very difficult to overcome. However, the changes forced on us under the pandemic have, in some areas, demonstrated that we can do things differently and achieve the reduction in operational emissions. Obvious examples have been the reduction in travel, with working from home, no in-person site and sales visits. In fact, our operational carbon reduced by nearly 35% from 2019 to 2020, despite increased production. But we are using the lockdown experience to lock in some of these changes. As an example, our finance department was one of the biggest users of paper within the company. Within days of the first lockdown, systems have been changed and electronic signatures are no longer used. Paper has virtually been eliminated. Well, from my experience, accountants dominate both internally within ACO and for our customers, with our customers. So projects to reduce operational emissions have been taken more seriously if they can be shown to reduce operational costs as well. For example, that is putting LED lighting in to replace traditional lighting. For me, the game changer will be bringing carbon accounting, natural capital costing, and circular economy onto the playing field to support the net zero approach. So the projects are not just evaluated on pound notes alone. For this to have a real impact, a legislative approach to give both carrot and stick would be desirable, so that those who are really following the journey are not disadvantaged. The other consideration from a UK perspective is how manufacturers in other countries fit into the picture. And this will require our customers UK customers, to stick to their guns when evaluating their supply chain in relation to net zero.